to drive cars. So if we gave all of these beings rights, we can never take action to give beings their due, delinking him from justice. But specifically off the affirmative burden of proving animals are capable of pain, this is insufficient for justice because he doesn't prove that he gets justice for all beings involved in the resolution, humans and animals. So we have to look to a holistic assessment, like how when we take into account if something protects the being, we see if tailored treatment is according to all beings. Off the contention level, he's missing the link that rights actually stop pain, because if we have a duty to animals, we have to recognize their ability to feel pain. But he doesn't recognize that for a couple of reasons. First, when we give animals rights, we can't make paternalistic decisions for them. Since humans as free agents have the right to make personal choices without coercion, granting animals equal status gives them the same freedom, denying them the paternalistic protections they need. This turns the AC Zachi's Amir rights. Paternalism is morally exonerated because it can increase overall welfare and eliminate impending harms that the person, because of age or ailment, cannot fathom. Our relationships with animals are modeled along these lines. They are vaccinated, spayed, and neutered, not through their consent, but through calling the shots for them. Such relationships have more legitimacy since animals gain substantially from them, so we have to let humans act on animals react. But second, he increases rights violations because his only reason for not harming animals is not to cause pain. That would justify that we can harm them as long as we didn't cause pain, i.e. through a lethal injection or anesthesia. So we deny animals rights more and he doesn't give them their due. And third, he increases oppression of people with reasons because he only lets those that have the ability to feel pain get rights. But there are people that are insensitive to pain, or people that have comas that still have treatment that needs to be tailored to them even if they can't physically feel pain.
Can I see if you're in?
Yeah.
It would be good if you just put it in order.
Okay. Just like. Okay. I didn't read the second argument here, but there's a red star next to it, so that's my sense.
Which one?
Right there. I didn't read that.
You did not read any of it, right? Okay. Okay. Do you provide solvency that tailoring treatment actually resolves the issue?
Sure. I explained in some.
Do you have any solvency advocates for this issue?
What do you mean? Like how?
Do you have any evidence that says that tailoring treatment to animals not based on rights solves better than rights?
Yeah, Zamir, off the AC.
Off the AC. So there's nothing in the AC.
I mean, I say I tailor treatment to humans by creating the distinction.
Wait, what do you mean to humans?
It's beings, so both humans.
So what does that mean? Like, what does that look like?
That means that we recognize rights are more than just freedom from, but
wait, do we have rights?
Yeah, humans have rights.
Okay, but animals don't.
Animals don't, because otherwise we reduce rights to a lowest common denominator of pain or sentence.
Do babies have rights?
I mean, sure.
Okay. And animals don't have rights. Why?
Because animals can never have that the way to take action, to have their own sphere of morality explained.
Well, what is a sphere of morality?
That means that they can act with their own reasons for taking action. They have a motivation, not just based on pain, but like for a moral reason.
Can babies who are cognitively impaired act based on their reasons?
Babies might be able to. Well, first, babies have the potential when they grow up to have that ability.
Wait, what if you're born mentally retarded? Do you have that potential?
I mean, there's Passmore off the AC saying we can still limit action to them. And Zamir saying.
Wait, why? Okay, what's the warrant for why we can limit action?
Passmore explains that if we limit action, all we're doing is restricting humans' rights. We're not giving animals rights.
Wait, what does that mean? What's the distinction between...
If we limit a human's...
What would be the reason for limiting the human, or for giving rights to the baby?
Okay, well, maybe we wouldn't give it rights, but we still...
Wait, so now babies don't have rights?
Okay, so we tailor treatment to them accordingly. And I explain...
Why would we treat them in any way if they don't have rights? Why would we care about babies?
Because they can still have an obligation to them, not based on...
So we still have obligations. We still have obligations to animals, right?
I mean, the NC doesn't speak to that. My argument is that
You're saying to treat animals better, right?
I don't have to prove it. I just have to prove I tailor treatment to beings as a whole. That's the standard.
So tailoring treatment.
Yeah.
Why do humans need rights?
Okay, so humans need rights because, as explained in Oderberg, they have their sphere of morality. They need a right to privacy so they can pursue their own good.
Why can't animals have a right to privacy to pursue their own good?
Okay. Well, I explained that the only capacity you talk about is pain. But if we just make rights off pain, then that's okay.
That's the response to the AC. What is this? Where's this warranted in the NC?
I mean, they work together. If you're defending pain, I'm saying that's a problem because it doesn't recognize.
So then if I prove the AC that defending pain is something that is fine, then that takes out the internal link of the NC.
I'm saying no, because the impact at the bottom of the case explains why if we just defend pain, then there's conditions that are physically harmless, but create
Why do we care about the
conditions
impact? Why do we care about the impact at the bottom of the NC?
Because tailoring treatment matters. Because we recognize beings do if we're giving them what they
What do they do? Where's the framework?
I explained
what they
that a being's do depends on what they're capable of. For example, we wouldn't make a mentally ill person walk upstairs, or a handicapped person walk upstairs if they can't do that.
Okay.
And we would give an accelerated student higher program.
Alright, thanks. Strength of link to what?
Justice.
Justice.
Giving to.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I think. Yeah. So you read. Okay.
I read that, and I can give you like a separate piece of paper.
Yeah.
That's just.
Okay, I'm gonna use. Okay. Where's the polymer part or something? Thanks. Okay, Posner says that animals have not been given rights. Where does that say they ought not give animals rights?
Not been given rights.
Animals haven't been given freedom or rights. Rather, men have lost rights. Why does that mean that that is how it ought to
It's
be?
explaining the way animal rights work and just limiting our actions.
Why is it the way animal rights work? It just says that that's the way animal rights have worked in like 1822.
What?
It says in 1822, horses and cattle had no rights.
That's like an example. But it's explaining that when we limit action, we're not giving them rights.
Why not?
Because all we're doing is restricting what human autonomy can do. We're not actually giving
Why does that not
them
give a right to the animal? If you restrict my ability to harm you,
because that's not letting the
right to that?
animal take action.
Okay, so you're saying that rights are premised on action?
Their freedom to take action. And that's what we're
Okay,
explaining.
freedom to take action, right? Okay. How can you turn the AC framework with an NC convention?
Are you talking about
Like the turns to Taylor. You're saying like your NC solves better, but Taylor doesn't give any solvency for anything. So
I was
how can
saying
you turn it?
off Taylor that if they're just moral subjects, we wouldn't give them rights. Because they're
But Taylor defines moral subjects are people we give rights to.
I'm explaining if they're a moral subject, they wouldn't get rights. We give it to moral.
But babies are moral subjects, and you say that babies have rights, right?
I said we treat babies on Taylor treatment, so we can use like a paternalistic approach.
So they don't have rights.
Sure. I mean, the NC doesn't speak to that.
Okay, alright. So the NC didn't say that. Could we give animal rights or are rights prohibited for animals?
I'm not arguing permissibility, so I'd say we wouldn't give animals rights.
So it is literally unjust to give animals rights? Okay. You're talking about two, right?
Yeah.
Starting on the AC, on the arguments to say why all humans have rights. What? Sorry, starting on the AC, where it says babies have rights, and then NC, back to the AC.
Where exactly is the babies have rights?
It's at the top below responses, below the definition.
Okay.
So starting below the definition.